It looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it actually was. Alrighty then.
Congratulations, Vito Arujau from Cornell, national champion at 133. Vito, just start off, give us your emotions, your feelings on becoming a national champion.
It's definitely, I've heard it described a lot of times, and I should start by saying this isn't my dream. I never dreamt about being an NCAA champ, and for some people that's everything, right? It's their entire reason for wrestling. But my dream has always to be a Olympic and a gold medalist in the sport of wrestling, and that was set by my father at a young age. So this was never really a dream of mine, but it was a milestone. It became a milestone, and it really kind of stuck with me for a little bit as I'm going through my career. And obviously freestyle is where I want to excel at, but this is a part of our society in America, and you have to do it, right? So I'm wondering, am I that good? If I am, then why am I not winning? I'm pretty sure I'm the best guy in these weights, but I'm not winning, and it was always a disconnect. And that's why I say this is a moment of satisfaction. It's a moment of validity of my own cause and my own greatness. And I'm very happy to finally have that not check mark, but a little check mark. Like, all right, I did that.
It's well deserved, and we'll start with Mike.
Mike Finn for Win. Vito, again, you had mentioned freestyle being your thing, but what you just got done saying, it sounded like folk style almost put doubt in your head that perhaps you never had. And then also the second question is that reversal that you put into his back, where did that come from? Did you prepare for that, any such thing at all?
I have no idea. I'd like to start. I have no idea what happened in that match. I'm completely, just about unconscious on wrestling. It's all, muscle memory and just my own creativity, my subconscious creativity at work. So I couldn't tell you where that came from. I can only tell you that me as a wrestler is capable of doing that.
And how about the question of did folk style, did it start putting more doubt in your head as a wrestler?
Not necessarily doubt, because as soon as the folk style season ended, it's like a clean break, and then I can start my freestyle. So it never necessarily, put doubt in my head as, it definitely made me think folk style was stupid for a while. I'm like, I'm so much better than these people. Why do I keep losing? Because it was literally like that. Like I don't remember the last time I lost to someone that straight up outclassed me. It's always been my errors, So there was doubt in myself. Definitely some doubt put there. With, am I capable of winning those big matches? Is it a performance issue? And I dug deep. And this year I did a lot of work on my mental game, because my physical game was always there. You can't convince me that I'm not one of the most skilled, I understand how wrestling works, right? But myself, my own emotions and mentality, it was something that I never really dove into, and it was something that I put a lot of emphasis on this year, and obviously it was what I needed. It was the difference between taking fourth or taking third and being the national champion. So I'm very proud of myself for doing the work and taking the steps that I needed to take to accomplish this, and everyone in my support system that helped me get to this point. I'm just really relieved.
We'll go Rachel and then John.
All right, Rachel with Intermat. So in this match, you were really dominant, you were really aggressive, and so I asked about your wrestling style, and you were like talking about your subconscious, but tell us more about how maybe you just get out there and wrestle, and how other kids out there, young people, can just go out there and wrestle and give a performance like that.
I'll start out by saying it really does just come back down to the work you put into the sport, and the sport's beautiful like that, where it really is, you can come from any background, any sort of body type, any sort of circumstance, anything. And if you put the time and effort into the sport of wrestling, you will get back what you put in. And it may not be equal. You may have to put in, a 1 to 1,000, or you might put in 1 and get back 1,000. So it's different for everybody. But there is a fundamental, cause and effect. That one. And I go to Cornell.
You had a hard day. You had a hard
I was
weekend.
really tired. Cause and effect that, you know, you put in work and you get results. And that's, you know, so if anyone is looking to, you know, one day become a national champ, just dedicate yourself to it. You know, give it your being, because that's what it's going to demand. Yeah, thank you.
John?
Josh Ranchina, Tulsa World. Kind of the second half of the question we asked you last night. Everybody was talking about Roman Bravo Young and Daton Fix being the champions in this weight class, and here you are sitting at the podium. Just how does that feel?
Like I said before, I wouldn't say I'm overjoyed, but I'm very satisfied. I'm very happy with myself in a, you know, in the accomplishments that I've you know, given myself. You know, sometimes I talk to myself as you know, oh, that's future Vito's problem, or, you know, past Vito is such an asshole, leaving up future Vito all these problems. But, you know, I'm really just happy for myself that I was able to accomplish this. And yeah, just satisfaction.
One quick follow-up. Just what was it like to meet the former president?
Oh, that was really cool. I didn't,
that
you know,
was gonna happen?
I was like, oh, he's here. They're gonna make a big deal out of it, and I was like, I get to go meet him. Oh, this is really cool. Yanni, actually, my teammate, is he right? No. He actually went to go meet the president last year, so I was like, oh, that's really cool. I think I got a picture somewhere. I'm gonna look forward to that.
But
Oh, you got it? Oh, yeah.
Okay. Vito, I do want to ask you about your relationship with your father.
Of course.
Olympic bronze medal, that type of thing. Any pressure ever being his son, considering what he had done?
Oh, yeah.
And with that in mind, did he help you deal with the mental part that you really wanted to work on this year?
God, did I have pressure from my Olympic medal world champion father? Honestly, when I was little, no. I was like, oh, he was really good at wrestling. And the further that I've kind of delved into the sport, the more I have, you know, scale. You know, I can see where I am currently to where he was. It's crazy how good he was. And, you know, the closer I get to that, like, he was a world champ at, like, 20. He was an Olympian in about my age. I'm like, ooh, what am I doing? You know, so, but we grew up in different worlds and we have different lives. And I think now, as, you know, we're both adults, I think he can see that and see me as more of, you know, my own person, which I am. You know, we're not the same. We don't wrestle anything similarly. He definitely helped me grow my foundation and my understanding of the sport. But looking back, he was teaching me some advanced stuff, but it was so simple too. He shows foundational wrestling, but there's such a deep understanding of the sport put into just a push, a pull, and a single leg. But it's so complex, there's so many layers that I, you know, as a 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid, couldn't understand. I just saw push, pull, shoot. Oh, this is simple. What am I doing here? Is this wrestling? Now that I have this grander understanding of the sport, it's so masterful. It's a craftsman at work. And you know, I just hope to one day get to that same level where, and I'm getting there. I am, and you know, I hope to one day, you know, my final goal for the sport is just to beat my dad. You know, I want the gold medal at the Olympics and just be like, yeah, Dad, look at me. You know, so yeah.
we have time for one more real quick one over here on the end.
Yeah, Vito, just talking about that a little bit more, how does a weekend like this, a tournament like this, and going through the college wrestling season help you get to that point of an Olympic gold medal? Obviously the styles are different, but this is a mental, you know, test that I think would help with that journey.
I think something that's really important to understand is the U.S. cares about folk style. It does. It cares about it a lot. Puts on one of the biggest performances of a wrestling tournament in the world. Right? I've been to the World Championships. I've been to, you know, I haven't actually been to the Olympic Games yet, but I imagine it's honestly similar to the NCAA tournament. So much emphasis gets put on the folk style that it's impossible to, you know, reach your goals without it. And going through the folk style, you know, circuit per se, going through a college career, which, you know, I've made a circuit out of it, but, you know, helps you build that structure to be able to chase your dreams of being an Olympic world champion, whatever. because you get so much support just going through the winning a national championship can just give you so much popularity within make a name for yourself, help you get those sponsorships, help you build your brand, especially with NIL now in effect. There's so many great things that come out of folk style besides the wrestling. It gives you a solid understanding of the sport, and any form of wrestling is good wrestling, right? Greco, folk style, freestyle, it doesn't matter, but understanding wrestling is understanding wrestling, right? But it definitely helps, as I said, build that foundation to further achieve my goals.
Vito, thanks. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Congratulations.